performance aspect is, it's a classic shoe, but all the performance is on the inside. So, I modeled it after a lot of my vintage cars.
Devin, how involved were you with collaboration? Oh wow, we are doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
What's the NBA player mimic to Zane?
Which NBA player?
WNBA player was he saying mimic?
Drew Lloyd.
A what?
Buckets. Go getter. Yes.
How involved in the collaboration with your shoe were you in terms of just the rollout for us to have Diana, Kevin involved with that?
Yeah. I wanted to make sure, a lot of people that inspired me were a part of this, and those are obviously two staples. Diana being a staple in the Phoenix community, and the greatest of all time of the WNBA, in my opinion, and Sean Marion, Kevin Durant, I set a line in the spot that it's not just my shoe, it's everybody's shoe, and I drew inspiration from everybody, all walks of my life, and I just want everybody to be part of it.
Lastly for me, Steph or defendant?
I went Steph. I was asked that earlier.
What's your Devin, if you got jersey swap with any player in the NBA history, who would it be?
Michael Jordan.
And what's one TV show you would watch for the rest of your life?
That's a good question. Entourage.
Hey Devin, if you could define your basketball career with one song or album, what would you pick?
Say Watch the Throne. Kanye and Hove together.
I got one more for you. If you could pick any actor to play in a movie, who would you pick?
Leo.
Well, if you had to pick something LeBron's game, what would you choose for? Who out to yours?
Longevity.
Devin, where would you be on vacation right now if you weren't here?
Japan.
Devin, what are your thoughts on the 65 game?
That's a good question. It's a tough situation. Obviously, we've seen what happened to Joel. You want to see the best product out there at all times. That's the point of the league. But we want to keep people safe at the same time, and it definitely puts people at risk. But it is what it is. People want to see the players play.
Devin, what does it mean to you that also have this Kentucky representation? You with a lot of guys.
How many of us is it? 6?
7.
7? Should be 8. Darren should be here too. It just speaks for itself. I know Cal is telling his team right now, you guys see what it takes. Everybody has walked that through Lexington and made it work. So, it's a players first organization. They want to see you win. They want to see you succeed, and they want you out in 1 year.
Talking about your shoe again, how much of a priority was it for you to make an all-day shoe, something that wear on court but also look fly off court?
Yeah, that's where we started, to have a classic silhouette, just learning the history of Nike. I feel like, they had it right all along when they first started making shoes. So I feel like a lot of people have tried to, do the on-court, off-court thing. It just hasn't translated because all the performance that they try to put on the outside of the shoe is, I feel like people are just mobbing around in Air Forces and Dunks and just the classic silhouette. So I wanted to resemble that the closest I could.
What's the most ridiculous basketball scene in the 13 sport that you can remember?
Basketball scene?
Yeah, most ridiculous one.
The whole winning time.
Look, if you could add one rule to the NBA, what would it be?
What was the question?
If you could add one rule to the NBA, what would it be?
No back-to-backs.
Okay, and how does this affect LeBron's legacy?
That sounds like a bot comment.
Excluding you guys, who is the best team you've seen yesterday?
This year? Oh, that's a tough question. It goes in spurts, it goes in waves. Minnesota's playing great. The Clippers are playing great. Boston's playing great. There's a lot of good teams, a lot of talented teams. I think it's about peaking at the right time and making sure your game is right at the right time.
Devin, what do you get out of an all-star experience?
Devin, what are your thoughts about this change in the formats back to the East-West?
I love it. I think it should have been that way. I think next we should let people wear their own jerseys in the game and go back to the Christmas jersey games.
Devin, having Latino roots yourself, how important has that been for you throughout your career, especially living in Phoenix?
Yeah, it's embedded in me. It's in my blood, and landing in a place like Phoenix was a perfect set for me. So, just getting more in touch with the culture every day that I can.
Devin, how come Devin, got a question.
Is it?
Devin got a question.
Yes, sir.
You got a leg.
I thought we was doing a whole sit-down interview.
No, we're gonna do that. We got one
Okay,
question right now.
okay.
You gotta let go on one movie series: Bad Boys 2 or Rush Hour. Which one you gotta take away?
The whole. Ooh, I got to take it away.
Yeah. What you do? A Fist Tucker, Deficit, Rush
Oh man, I just watched Rush Hour 2 the other day too.
Martin's watching right now.
No.
Also, Fist Tucker.
Bad Boys gotta go.
Oh wow.
That's tough.
What's making you gonna hate this?
Don't do that to me.
Devin,
real quick.
Devin, how many? Look at your relationship with Kevin and how you two click. What do you feel like the reason you two click so well?
I mean, we have the same likes in life. I mean, we're hoops junkies, and that's where it started. And now we spend a lot more time together, man. We just, we like to kick it, chill, talk basketball, and play video games. So
Did you hear the song?
I did bars. Yeah.
Devin, real quick, I've been getting a lot of crazy answers. How many 10-year-olds would it take to beat you in a game of pickup ball?
It's not an amount.
No amount. Joker just said one. It might take one if it's the right one.
He's a humble guy.
You wouldn't, like 30 couldn't beat you, 50?
It's one basketball.
No, but how are you going to stop 30 bodies, even if they're 10-year-olds?
Not easy. They won't get the ball.
I love that. And then one more. Who's the one guy in NBA history that you wish you could have been teammates with at one point?
Chauncey Billups.
Good. I haven't heard that one. Why Chauncey?
Devin, my team right there. Big shot Billups. Carry you where you need to go.
Love that.
Devin, would you want to be involved in a Steph versus Sabrina type of contest in future All-Star games?
Would I be?
Would you want to be involved in this type of contest against a WNBA player?
Sure.
Which one? Which WNBA player would you pick?
Devin, what's your first memory? What's your first memory of seeing Kevin play? Like when you
Oh shit. That's a tough question, man. It's in the Sonics jersey. I mean, I watched him at Texas, but I watched him in high school, so I've been following him my whole entire life. I can't remember a certain moment.
The only reason I say that is because he said that when your second year when he started saying, okay, we might end up real. And like you hear him see that in you that early.
It was important. That was my thing going into the league. I wanted to gain respect from the legends and the guys that I respected the most. So, every time I got to compete with some of the best, I had to give it a little extra physicality, extra push, just to let them know, I belong here and I'm here to stay.
One thing Devin Tyrese says a lot of the same things here in Indianapolis. Give me your thoughts on his game and maybe his career.
He's doing it. I'm a fan. And I think it caught a lot of people off guard, but I've been watching him since he was in SAC and competing against him. And he just keeps getting better and better. His flow for the game is unbelievable, and their style of play, man, is revolved around him. He's the system.
Outside of your own team, whom I see compete you right now?
For MVP? I mean, it was Joel. I don't know. Now is it Jokic, Luka, Shea? I think, is that the three? Is that the race?
Devin, who do you want to be teammates with in Team USA this summer that wasn't part of the Tokyo team that won gold?
LeBron, Stephen Curry. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Devin, what is your favorite saying? Your favorite saying?
That's tough. I'm not sure. It's a good question. I'll think about it.
Devin, who do you think is the top 5 most stylish guys in the league? You could include yourself.
Russ, Shea, Kuz. Everybody has their own style.
When you look at your career and look at you and Jamal Crawford, y'all had a relationship. You, Chris Paul relationship, you, Kevin relationship. How would that help your career being around those type of minds?
I mean, those guys are the blueprint. They've done this already, and the crazy part is they're still hungry and they're still doing it. That's the common theme amongst them all. I try to chop it up with them and talk history, but you can tell they're still in the moment. They haven't realized what they've done and the marks that they've put on this game. So, you know, they done did shit that's forever that, you know, is going to be here when we're all gone. So, you know, those are the guys.
What those conversations like when you and Kevin on the court? Y'all like after a play or between a timeout? I mean, what are y'all exactly really trying to get at?
Just motivating each other, challenging each other. I mean, he gives me the ultimate confidence to go out there and do what I got to do. And, you know, no matter win, lose, or draw, you know, I feel like I got somebody behind me that, you know, that wants me to succeed.
Devin, if you could pick one song to be played on your group mixtape forever, what song are you picking?
That's a good question. Probably Drive Slow.
Devin, what are the thoughts? What are your thoughts when you're sitting with 7 point before you his labor? And what are the ideal circumstances here so you wind up 80 or 90?
It was harder to get 70 back in my day, man. Now everybody gets.
Devin, if you have
It's crazy, man. People are scoring the ball at a high level. The talent's at an all-time high, and you know the evolution of the game. People just keep getting better and better. 89, yeah, 100's possible.
The league might look at tweaking things on the defensive side.
What do you mean tweaking it?
Seems like there's some discussion about it. You think about all the times.
People are just getting better, bro. Like, even if you change the rule, the players are just gonna get better. It's the evolution of the game, you know. So it's not people aren't trying to play defense. It's the style of play. Like people that are all-time high, doing things that, you know, certain highlights that just happen every game would have been stuff that went viral and lived forever back in the day. So the talent's just a whole nother level.
Devin, what are your picks for tonight?
My picks for tonight?
Yeah, the winner.
Of what?
3 competitions.
Shit, I don't know who's in either of them, brother.
Steph or Sabrina?
Steph.
Devin, I suppose you're aware of the efforts that the league is trying to make in order to expand its borders and give more opportunity across the world. What do you think about the new NBA G League tour in Mexico City, the Capitanes, who have had a lot of players get call-ups to the NBA?
What was the question? Expansion?
Yeah, the expansion and the Mexico City team, the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, we played a few games down in Mexico, and it was always a good time, a good turnout. High elevation down there, though. I was breathing hard through my lungs, but that's what the game's about, man. This isn't a game just for America, man. This is a global game, and, you know, basketball without borders is important. Everybody's included. You see the talent all around the world. It just keeps getting better and better, and everybody should have a chance.
Dibu, if you have to pick something from LeBron's game, what would you pick and why?
I was already asked that question.
Hey Devin, the next big event in Indianapolis is going to be March Madness. Who's your national champion?
Kentucky.
Devin, best advice that Kobe gives you?
Be legendary.
Great.
Thank you, y'all.